So, the everlasting question, why Koto? As all of us, I was once young and impressionable, not yet knowing my place in the world, and, to an extent, still very impressionable to this day. So, when I saw what kind of human suffering that was currently ongoing all over the globe, I asked myself, what can I do? What can a single person do to make a difference? And what will I do to make that difference? And this circles back to, why Koto? What made Koto stand out to me? And why do I think it should stand out to you as well? When I first started getting into activism, I was amazed on how many different organizations there are that are trying to cause global change, in a social or economical scale. However, how do you choose? A single individual does only have so much time in their day. While I do encourage you to go and see if other organizations are a better fit for you, I would like to present why I personally chose Koto. I have, as I'm sure many others have tried to, have approached my friends and family arguing that something needs to be done about how we live and structure our society. However, the largest pushback is denying the feasibility of such changes, at least in my part. Hence, Koto is an outlet of creating social structures that allows us to make a proof of concept against the argument that it just will not work. Hopefully, through producing these concepts, we could cause the major shift in the public that we need to cause real change in our society. There is also the issue with the framework. If you live in the system that we have today, you will most likely sooner or later get caught up in life. You'll have to move to get a job, or you're alone in a situation resulting in an inevitable burnout from activism. By creating housing units and collective living units for like-minded people, we share the burden, both economically and mentally. Thus, the odds for burnout are much smaller. Secondly, we are aware that there are many eco-villages and earthships out there that focus on creating societal structures that allow us to live, for example, off the grid and with ecological agriculture. Why do Koto differ from these housing units? First of all, we are relatively new, so how we progress forward are still relatively moldable. So if you have a good idea, we would love to include you. Second, Koto wishes to expand. We do not want to live on the border of making the units go around. We want to make enough money that we can include other members and build more units, both in Finland and expand into Europe, allowing us to choose the country we would like to live in, without having to completely change organization or worry about work conditions. Of course, while looking into making the units independent from the monetary system and with a high living standard. With other words, creating a small, self-sufficient parallel society which gradually expands its borders. Unfortunately, this follows hand in hand with the need for financial backing, which will cause Koto to seek profits to some degree, to be self-sufficient for its members and hopefully from external resources as we expand. However, worry not, all of Koto's profits are designated to its expansion and its members' well-being, where every shareholder can only have one vote, so Koto can't be used for any single person or group's advantage. So, as a summary, I chose Koto Co-op because it is based close to where I live. It wishes to aid in the transition to a monetary-free society, that is, a post-scarcity society where we don't need currency, and it gives me a feeling of doing something tangible, making a mark in the world. Well, I would not at all want to discourage you from joining other organizations, and hope you would do so if Koto is not the right fit for you. I feel like Koto has a small edge over the other organizations, at least for me. And if I've managed to convince you with this little video, I hope to see you in the next meeting.